this video, I'm gonna tell you two useful KUKA instructions for KUKA robot. One is cast2. This instruction you can combine different variables value into one string, one array chair type. Another one is cast from, which you can divide one string content into different variable. Okay, these two instructions is very useful basically when you use TCP/IP communication or other communication you want to handle string or char data type like this, as you can see. So basically, if you robot use the TCP/IP, commonly you can use the EKI send bytes. This is char array, and also you can use the receive one is this receive bytes. They are all char array, and you can combine different variables into the send bytes, this char array, and receive it into the data into the receive bytes in this char array. Then you can use these two instructions, either send or receive, divided into different data type. You get the point. So first, we still see the demonstration. In these videos, I only define one variable, b1, which is we will send b1, these variables, into the array, char array, bytes1, this. And once we receive the values from b1, this is a real type. We will which is we will send these values into this variable mn. So you can see this is the concept, the pictures. So the first cast2, which means b1, these variables values will combine into the array char array bytes1. And basically you can extend different variables. In these videos, I only use one variable, b1. You can extend to x, y, or whatever variables you want to combine. You just add it here. Okay, videos only one variable. And from is bytes1 values will store in mn. This is the data type, also it's real. Okay, so first, this is the concept pictures. Hopefully you will understand. So first we will see the demonstration. So I'm gonna concept, and first I'm gonna type whatever values I want. Okay, this is the value. I'm gonna set it. Okay, and first you can check the it's different. So basically, once you run this program, the will turns to this value, turns to b1 values. Okay, let's begin. So first we select, one more time check. Okay, not. So we run it. Okay, run finished. We check, we update. As you can see, it turns. So means follow these pictures. Okay, so I'm gonna explain it. So basically, you have to define char array. So the element, the maximum element you can depends on whatever you want. Well, first you can here open it. So first you have to define the char array. Okay, so the element in total is 4. I just define it. The next, you have defined the offset, which is GG and GG. You can see this is the offset. The offset means you will begin to send the variables values from by this array from start 1, 2, 3, 4. You get it. If the offset is 0, we'll begin with the bytes1 array 1. Okay, so The next, you have defined the real type, so which means you want to send these real type variables values to this array, or you want to store the bytes one the values into this real type data. So as you can see, we go back so to this program. So this is the second element is offset. Offset basically we use 0, which means start with the array 1. Okay, so you can change this value. And one more time, I'm gonna emphasize, in this video I just added one variables. In fact, indeed, you can extend whatever variables you want to combine, or whatever variables you want to divide it into different variables. You get it? So this is the picture. This is the helps you to understand the two instructions. So this is the combine and this is divide. And basically when we use the TCP/IP communication, some people will use EKI get string and define the char array, and this array they prefer use the cast from to divide it into different variables. And if you also you will send which use the send bytes. This is also the char array, and they will use the cast2 to put the data into this array. Then finally use these two EKL send to send it to the TCP/IP outsider. You get the point. This is the point why we need use to cast2 and cast from. So just for the example, based on my experiences. Also, for typically we use Profinet communication. What if we want to send real type data? How could we do it? I also show you how could we achieve in my list. And this is another type. Use the cast2 and the cast from, so that you can send real data type to Siemens PLC. So for example, you define two real type 45 and 47. One is to PLC data, another is store the real type from PLC, and offset cast2. Still you define the char array, so and you use the signal. Pay attention, one array char bytes. Basically we configured use the 1 bytes, so 8 bit. Okay, so you to PLC we cast the 2 bytes of 0, and you use this data you want to send to PLC. Pay attention, this is for the example. You can extend signal out 1 to 8, 9 to whatever you just added based on the 8 bit. Okay, this is for the provide a concept. And for reading real type from PLC, you follow this format. And this is you can extend signal as 3 in 9 to whatever 16. Follow the based on the 8 bit. Okay, this is for the example. You follow this, use the cast2 and the cast from, and you will achieve the real data. But pay attention the binary format for PLC set. So probably you have to pay attention to the data type on the PLC side. So this is another way, because in my channel I also introduced another way to send real type by Profinet. So this videos is focused on this cast2 and the cast from. So I already introduced the demonstration. Hopefully it's useful to you. Pay attention. I want to emphasize, if you're a master, ignore this video. If you're seeking something for free, video is for free. If you ask me personally, it's paid. If you upset, please go away, okay? My video only focus on beginners and for freely use, okay? Anything asked personally is charged. See you next time.